The Lost Art with Andrew Cox podcast. A Marine Corps League until Valhalla Project Ambassador. Now streaming on all major podcast platforms. Thanks for tuning in to the podcast that's given a voice to our veterans. The Lost Art with Andrew Cox. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Lost Art Podcast, that podcast giving a voice to our veterans. I'm your host, Andrew Cox, and today we're having a fireside chat. But before we get into the episode, if you enjoy the podcast, make sure you go to the website. That's thelostart.podbean.com. Go there, check us out, see what we're all about. You can also support us a couple of different ways. You can go and get on that merchandise tab, get you some cool gear, a shirt, a hat, something like that. Or you can become a patron with a monthly donation to the podcast here that helps support us in getting our veteran voices out for all to hear. A big shout out to the Till Valhalla Project. They're out there doing amazing things. If you don't know anything about them, you have to go check them out. Even if you do know something about them, go back to the website and check them out again. Go get you some cool gear and help support them as well. That's tillvalhallaproject.com. Are you a Marine veteran? Are you missing that bond you had on active duty? Then I have a place for you. Join the only congressionally chartered Marine Corps Veteran Service Organization, the Marine Corps League. Get that brother and sisterhood back in your life. Become one of the fewer, the prouder, a Marine Corps League member. I had too many things going on at one time, and I forgot to click the button that said mcleague.org. I apologize, but anyways, yeah, that's a good time. So we're here. We got the crew. We got some other people here too. So we're just going to go ahead round robin with everybody. Fantom, how you doing, man?
Outstanding. How are you guys tonight?
Doing great, man. You've been busy. I see you got lots of artwork, man, you've been doing lately. So you're obviously working.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah. We've been quite busy. We're lucky to be booked solid almost all the time. I mean, it's humbling, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. It's good that that's working out for you guys, man.
Many thanks.
Yeah, Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Andrew. Like we were saying before the podcast, can't complain. It's been a long, hot, tiring week, but hey, I'm still here. I'm good. Can't complain. I'm getting paid, and
yeah. Well, you said it was 101 down there. I mean,
yeah, yesterday afternoon was 101.
It's
I don't
not
know what
supposed
it's
to be
there.
that hot yet.
I don't know what it's like up there with Vic. I'm sure it's toasty up there too, but yeah, it's stupid hot. It's ridiculous.
Well, Sensei, what is the weather like there? Sensei, he's frozen on us, I think. We'll come back to Sensei. Jim, how's the weather there?
Hot. Yesterday, the heat index at 110.
Ooh.
But I'm just north of Mike there, so his daughter goes to the same school my daughter goes to.
Oh, outstanding.
Very nice. So now, Sensei's back, but Jim, you've been feeling all right, man? You doing better?
I'm doing better.
All right.
Yeah, I'm out of the hospital, so that's good.
Yeah, you're out of the hospital and you're talking to us, so it's going really good.
I showed up on my meeting Tuesday, so we're good.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, man. All is good. Love it. All right, Sensei, you didn't get your go round. You faded out on us there. How's the weather there?
High today was like 98 degrees, so it's not too bad as long as you stay inside. I chose not to and was a dumbass and mowed the lawn, so it was good. Yeah, almost passed out. It was great, but just came back from a Disney trip, so I got a new T-shirt, a couple other things, and
nice.
Celebrated our 22nd anniversary at Disney, so I had a nice dinner and good steak and a glass of wine, and then let's see what else we do. We went to water park, and then we spent day before yesterday we spent at Magic Kingdom all day long and watched the fireworks, and I mean it was great. It was a really good time. One of the other teachers I work with is also a big Disney fan, and she lives like 3 miles away from Disney, so she met us in the park and we hung out for a while. Had a really good time. So it was a good vacation, good anniversary celebration. Tonight's is there we go, right there it is. This is the Davidoff Metropolitan line. Again, this is their economy line, if you want to call it that. This stick costs $9. It's not that much. This is the Host. This is Honduran wrapper, binder, and filler. But it's a nice smooth, creamy. I know Mike likes the creamy ones.
He does.
Nice creamy cigar. With a hint of sweetness in it. So these are just a nice. If I were to have an everyday smoke, this would be one of them, kind of thing. So it's just a nice cigar.
All right, I like it. Well, I'm excited to hear about that. Yeah. So Soldier Girl Coffee Company there. She's saying hi, guys. Hey, how you doing? I sent you a message and you never responded to me. So hopefully you will respond and say you're going to come on the podcast sometime, Soldier Girl. So anyways, just giving you a hard time. Hope you're doing all right. All right. Well, hey, man, I'm super excited this week. Something amazing happened for me. And I got a package yesterday. Arrived on my doorstep. And it was all I could do to not jump into it right then. I wanted to so bad. And then, I that sounds good, Soldier Girl. Thank you. But I wanted to open it so bad. He did a painting for me. He blessed me with his painting. He sent it down here. I got it. So we're going to do the live presentation of this thing here on the podcast. So I'm pretty excited about it. I don't know about you. What about you? You excited about it over there?
Oh yeah. Well, for me, I always tell folks that, like, when you complete a piece, there's a couple of kind of crazy things going on. One, when you give it to somebody, it's very much like being naked in front of somebody for the first time. That's about how insecure you get with it. So you really hope that it's going to convey all the things that you want it to. And, this time with the subject of John Bastellone, there are a couple things as a kid that made me want to be a Marine more than anything else. Right. And so, aside from, my grandparents that were, and, the movies like Semper Fi and, like, seeing John Wayne and stuff like that, this comic portrayal has always been special to me of John Bastellone. So I wanted my own version of that kind of gave to you a piece of my childhood in a way. And so
I love it.
It's in a way, a very vulnerable way of conveying a badass message. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
just how cool it is to be what we get to be every day, and something we had to all work so hard to earn. And those that went before us that paid ultimate prices that kind of paved that way for us. I think it's a beautiful thing to move on and to remember those things. And part of what we do with making our Marine Corps paintings is that we have the Marines that come in contact with them join me in signing the back of it. So if you will, when you get it open, if not today, then at some point sign that piece so that it moves on as a pass down. And then the whole idea of Fantom is that I disappear into that legacy. So it's never been about me being important as an artist. I think it's important to have shared legacy pieces. And there's just not a whole lot of artists that do like modern type artwork, that's
right.
Splatter painting. And so, that's hard. It's hard to balance that with being respectful to the idea. Right. So we want to portray the military in a very non-normal way, a very new kind of modern artistic way, but still be respectful to what we value in it. And so, like, I like to think that we find that balance with Valkyrie. And so I hope you enjoy it in that way.
Well, shoot, man, I'm excited. I might as well just jump into it now. And then as I'm opening it, maybe you can talk a little bit about the painting itself, kind of what went into it and things like that.
I'd be happy to, brother.
Ooh. Got to get the knife.
One of the cool things with our pieces is that you'll notice they're all numbered on the back. And so that number's because we don't do any prints or any kind of duplication of the pieces. And so you can't just get a poster of a Valkyrie piece. There's only one of any one of them. And so you immediately have a collector's item. And the number on the back is where that one is within the second 1,000 paintings that we painted and sold.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That's a lot of paintings, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we're deep. And the coolest thing is you can see fingerprints. Like I like the raw feel of something that still feels man-made, especially in the AI age, right?
Yeah. All right, here you go. You ready? Bam!
I love that piece.
Look at that.
Wow.
Now, what's cool is
awesome.
some of the aging on there is actual motor oil around the edges with coffee grains in it and flecks of Illinois coal. Like to really give it a grit. Like I'm sure you can run your fingers over it. Each one's coated in a high durability epoxy resin, so you can pretty much wipe paint on it and wipe it right off with Windex.
Oh, no kidding! Wow,
yep.
Man,
we make them last.
And
I mean, the idea is to have legacy attached to them. Yeah,
man, dude, you rock, man.
I
don't care what anybody says about you. You rock.
That's very kind of you. I appreciate it. It's a very humbling thing to be able to create. And it when we all join the Marine Corps, we want to do something that matters within it. And so I think there's no way to get out and not feel a little bit of blue balls that you could have done more.
Yeah.
I would have never imagined that the thing that was going to be my fingerprint would be artwork. It's a trip to see it grow as it has. I mean,
well, you do a bang up job, that's for sure, man.
What's that?
Crap. I said you do a bang up job.
Yeah, when they approached me about being the first Marine ever to paint at a birthday ball, they had to like wash that over me a couple times. Like, this has never happened in Marine Corps history. Like, you're going to be the first at something, and maybe it's pretty specialized into your field, but in your field, this is the coolest thing you can do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was. It's crazy because you don't. I don't know. I've gone through a lot of stages in life, and conquering ego. It was one of them. Conquering self in many ways, like we talked about not drinking anymore and other stuff like that. That you do to improve self. And so, like, by the time you get to a place where you're succeeding at something like you are with the podcast and stuff, like, you're finally grown up enough to see it in the right way. Yeah. And so, I love to be able to share that. And I'm glad that you enjoyed that, brother, because I really
thank you, man. Thank you. And I told you I'd have a place special for it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. While we're here on the podcast, I'm going to show you where I'm going to put this special thing. And you can imagine how this coveted plaque right here.
Yeah.
The drill instructor plaque. I'm moving it.
Oh, wow.
So I'm putting that somewhere else, and I'm putting this in its place right over here. I got to move some stuff around, but we're going to keep it right there.
That
everybody can see it.
That's very powerful, brother. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. I mean, honestly, there's tears in my eyes. That means a lot to me.
Shoot, man, it needs to be shown off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. You do a heck of a job. Soldier Girl's saying that she loves a painting, but she loves them all. And I have to agree with her. If I could buy them all, I would most definitely go buy them all because they are absolutely incredible. I mean, do you want to kind of show off a couple of them that you got behind you there?
Well, this one is hers. She just bought this one. Yeah. So, this one belongs to her. This is the one that we're doing for the Tun Tavern event. This is one of them, right?
Okay.
So you can see this is, obviously I'm getting them. The paintings will sometimes take upwards of 30, 40 hours, depending on what all I'm putting into them. Like you can imagine mixing together things like motor oil and coal and epoxy. That's not something you do in 15 minutes, for a circus, And so what I do is when I'm going to do a live performance, I'll get them very close and I'll have ideas of what needs to go into them to finish them. And they'll be styled to have about that much time as will be available to paint on them while I'm doing that. And so it gives people the chance to interact with it and to feel it, but it doesn't rob it of any of the value of my time. Right. So, I think one thing that's kind of hard to see, like folks will watch other people that perform live artwork and stuff like that and do it in different ways. They're just like with doing shorthanded music and stuff like that. There are ways to do stuff that kind of make it fast and make it super crowd pleasing. And I know what crowds like. So when I go live and I'm painting in at the fair or something like that, I will do slat painting and all that kind of stuff like that.
Nice.
But, and that's fun to watch. But like when it comes to stuff that is, Marine Corps, man, that's hallowed ground. And that is just not lost on me. Right. And so like when I'm going to make sure that all the important pretty close to done prior.
Yeah.
So, but I want some options for this deal because I think that I love to represent the whole of the military story. I think that every MOS matters. I think that every male, female. I don't think, especially in the Marine Corps, like what's always been so cool about it to me is that you can very much be a shield maiden in the Marine Corps. Like you can be a badass woman in the Marines. Like we're all riflemen, right? And so like you go into a Marine base, you are in a hornet's nest if you're a bad guy, right? Because everyone can kick your ass. And so there's something, we make a very special thing. And so I like to highlight that. So we've got a piece behind me. This is Staff Sergeant Rabbit, right? And this is her in a Corinthian helmet, right? And so that's a real Marine, right? And so like that's the Eagle Globe and Anchor right there in smoke. You can kind of see it right there. And that's the cool thing about this one, which is another option for the thing we're doing or whatever. Like you can see the intensity in her eyes, right?
Oh, wow.
You can see the USMC 250, like, there are special markings on these ones for the 250th year that we're putting EGAs on the back of every Valkyrie piece that comes out. And so like here, you can see the number on it, and then, we'll put the title in here and then I sign here. And then it's got the Fantom. I do things in 13s as an autistic person. I didn't know that, but they told me in therapy. And so I just took it on. I just started wearing it like a badge. And so then back here where I sign it is where every Marine that comes in contact with it, hopefully, will also sign it in time. And so then my signature will just kind of fade into the background like all of our names do in the sea of names that is the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
It is in many, I like to call it shared legacy, but it's also hopefully to the next person signing it, they get to experience what it's like to be an artist, knowing that that's going to carry on. I mean, when Michelangelo, and this is not anywhere near that, but when he signed a piece, he never knew where it was going to go.
Right.
But now your name, wherever the hell this piece goes, will go with it. Right.
Wow.
So I think that's super cool. It's a pass down, and to share that with my brother and sister Marines.
Yeah.
It's not a sacrifice. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't a sacrifice to join. I think, when people talk about it being a sacrifice to join other services, I'm happy for you, if that's what it was like, but you're fucking born to be a Marine.
Yeah. I like it.
My son, my son's in the Army and he talks to me about it sometimes. In fact, when he was re-enlisting, he was like, Dad, I probably would shift over to the Marine Corps if I didn't have to go to boot camp again. I was like, well, that's the beauty of it.
That's true.
You have to fucking earn being one of us if you're a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
So, if you want to come be the president of the United States, you can go to boot camp and learn how to be one of us first, right? So, you can join any service, but you are a Marine, and that's the coolest thing in the world. And so, I've never seen it as something that it was a sacrifice. I mean, there were things that we all hate about it, and things that we all love about it, but I think at the end of the day, what makes a Marine different is the thing that you taught Marines how to be in boot camp. Fucking proud of what it means to be one.
Yeah.
And I hope that when Marines come in contact with Valkyrie art pieces, especially those that are Marine Corps based, that they'll feel some of that. And I think another Marine was talking to me about it because we have several pieces. I think almost 20 something pieces. We're working on this piece for Major Irian, the battalion commander for the recruiting effort out here in greater St. Louis area. So his
beautiful, man.
command ceremony is coming up. So they asked me to do a portrait for him that kind of celebrates his career. And he's responsible for putting Valkyrie as the very first, artist to ever paint at a birthday ball ceremony and all the different stuff. And he's gotten, I think, almost 20 pieces in the headquarters. And so you go in there and you've got pieces that we've done that are chesty puller. You've got pieces that we've done that are Marines in battle that, are snipers, like, just cool things that just cool. And the idea that another Marine could look at that and feel something, is super cool. And so when the other Marine was talking to me about what he felt, he was like, there's something cool about knowing that a Marine painted this because you can see a violence in it.
Yeah.
A beautiful violence, which I thought was a really cool thing to say. Like, it's for an artist, or a musician, I'm sure it would feel the same. Like to hear that there's beauty in what you do,
Yeah.
But man, yeah, you're a Marine, so there's some fucking violence in that shit too. And the passion that you play with, right? That's the who you are part,
Right.
And so, that I don't know, that's one of the coolest compliments I think I've ever had.
Yeah, that's cool.
And like all of them, and honestly, like even sitting here with you guys today, I don't feel like I deserve it, not by any means. So
whatever, dude.
It's an honor. No, I mean that. And what I mean is not to say that I'm not a good guy or whatever, but just to say that there's a beauty in realizing your place, right?
Yeah.
And realizing that you're bumping elbows with some pretty badass people. And the cool thing about the Marine Corps is that's everywhere we go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point, man. Yeah, absolutely. Well, shoot, man. I'm excited that you did this for me. I'm going to show it off to as many people as I possibly can.
Cheers,
but we are actually getting ready to, in the near future, we're going to be doing on the July 3rd, we're doing our auction. We're going to raise money for the Tun. That's where they're rebuilding Tun Tavern up in Philadelphia. So, of course, I don't know if everybody knows this, but the original site, there was a highway that was actually built over it. So they're actually building it like 100 yards down the road, and they're raising funds to actually try and get it built by our birthday, our 250th birthday. I don't know if we'll be able to get it done in time, but that's what we're shooting for, right? So we're trying to raise some money and help them out as much as we can. So one of the items, and probably, and is going to be one of the greatest items, is you hinted to it earlier, Fantom, but you're going to be painting live on the podcast, and we're going to auction off that painting at the end of the podcast, which is going to be fantastic. So, and that auction will go from the podcast on July 3rd all the way through that Sunday. And the Sunday right before the live podcast goes on that Sunday is when we'll know who the winners are and we can announce it on the podcast. So, but yeah, I'm excited, man. It's going to be great to have you on painting live. It'll be cool.
It's pretty typical for me to work on a couple pieces at a time. Mm-hmm. So if it's all right, I'd like to have a couple options and them just all be available.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so, because I want to in order to like impact, like one of the reasons that I've got a female Marine too, male Marine, like, I want to kind of tap everybody a little bit and then everybody have a chance to participate, because I know that obviously we all want Tun Tavern to be rebuilt and all that stuff. And that's important to us, but man, I think everybody should feel like they can get something cool that means something to them. So I want to bring some options to the table that, if that'd be all right.
Man. Yeah, we can make that happen for sure.
Yeah, let's do it Marine Corps style. Let's go.
I love it, man. So yeah, that's one of the things we're going to be auctioning off. We're going to be getting some other stuff as well. Maybe I'll get a list before the podcast airs on next Thursday, and we'll get it up and so everybody can see what all is going to be on auction. I've got a couple of things here that I think is going to be pretty cool. And I was talking to Fantom earlier before we started, but one of the cool items I got is I have sand right here, the black volcanic sand from Iwo Jima. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in a couple of different vials, and we'll see how many that makes. But I'm going to auction off those vials for some sand from Iwo Jima. And I actually, that's from when I went to Iwo Jima. I actually picked up the sand, put it in a bag, put it in my pack, and took it home with me. So we're going to be auctioning that off on my end as well. So I'm pretty excited about that. But we have Jim. He's coming on board with us because he's going to help us with the auction because he's a little smarter than I am, I think. So
I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, come on, Jim. You are. So Jim, what's your role with the Marine Corps League up there again?
I'm the junior vice commandant of the Knoxville Marine Corps Detachment.
Very nice.
I do the recruiting, but look there's our glass. See, it's got our detachment on the back.
Very nice.
We got some talented guys too, and that's our little coaster that's been laser printed. That's nice. 250, and that's on our website.
Very cool.
Yeah, we topped 100. We're at 161 now.
Wow,
161 members. We did that Tuesday night. Yeah, we're the largest.
They were all there.
No, we
Oh,
don't
okay.
have a big enough building for all of them to be there.
But 161's incredible.
Yeah, that's a lot of members and growing.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to cross 200. That's my assume.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll happen for sure.
Well, we got a great group, so Commandant and Senior Vice, and they're great.
That sounds
very nice. Now, we're gonna do that. What was the website that we're doing on the auction? What was it?
That is the.
Hold on, I got it here somewhere.
Rally Up.
Rally Up. That's right. Yeah. Rally Up. So I'll get that all out for everybody, but that's where we're going to do it. And you'll be able to donate money as well to the cause. So if you want to donate, there'll be a donate button. You just go in, click on that, donate some money. And you can obviously get you an item if you can outbid everybody else. So yeah, it'll be be a good time. I think I'm excited about it.
Well, Andrew, you've got some pretty rad items over there. I was kind of eyeballing them a little bit myself. So.
Yeah, I collect a couple of things. I'll go ahead and show you the rest of my stuff that I was going to look at auctioning off here.
Well,
this is a wood cup, wine glass, I guess you would call it, but it's made from wood that was taken from bellow wood in France. So they took that wood, they made this. I actually got this when I visited over there, which was pretty cool. So that's one of the items I'm going to auction off for that. And then I got this cool K-bar. And this was one of the first generation K-bars here in the 1940s. Anyways, really cool K-bar. It's got the leather sheath with it as well. That's one of the items I'll be auctioning off. And then, of course, for all you musicians out there, or if you're not a musician, but this is a music pouch that somebody may have acquired over the years. But anyways, it's pretty cool. It's got a little pouch there. That's what they used to put their music in for the musicians. And it's got the Eagle Glow Anchor on the outside. It's a pretty cool deal. I'm going to auction that off as well. So
hey,
that's what I got on my end. What's that?
Was that a gear a gift kind of thing?
It might have been something like that. I can not confirm nor deny that was the case, but there's a possibility in there.
It was strategically moved to an alternate location.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The Tun. Hopefully I'll have somebody on from the Tun Legacy Foundation for next week on Thursday. I reached out to them. I haven't heard anything back yet. So hopefully they'll be on next week. And they can kind of talk a little bit about where they're at, what they're doing, all that type of stuff. And then, we'll go from there. But I think it'll be a good event. So, yeah.
So functionally speaking, I may during some I'm usually got music going when I'm working. So I may have my headphones on and then at certain intervals stop and kind of engage a little bit just so that I'm kind of in my right zone. It's kind of bizarre for me to
it's all good, man.
So I don't want that to seem disengaged if I'm doing it, but I do want to do a good job with it. So I have a zone that I have to find, otherwise I'm not going to lie to you. If I'm in the wrong mode, I will fuck up anything I touch. And so,
we don't want that. We don't want that.
I get nervous about doing a bad job. So I really want to make sure that if that's okay, I may kind of zone out.
Yeah. You're the artist. You got to do what you got to do, man. We're just here to watch it and watch it unfold and see where it goes. So I'm excited about that.
I'm sure that you can paint and we can talk and take anyway.
Well, I'll, like I said, I'll take some intervals and engage. I just don't want to seem like I'm being aloof or, any stupid bullshit like that. I'm not so weird that I can't engage, but at the same time, I'm sure all of you guys do something where you need to get in your zone.
Yes.
It's the same.
Yeah.
And I when I perform in public, I'll have headphones in the whole time. I've got staff for a reason, so they can tug at my sleeve or whatever.
Yeah.
Usually they tell me something sold. Yeah, it's crazy when we paint live because people buy it right out from under me. And sometimes and for an autistic person, if you've ever watched The Accountant, I'm flipping out in my head if I'm not finished, and so
yeah. I love it. Well, shoot, I mean, and they can bid live. I mean, while we're doing it live, bidding can happen. So, we can watch it in real time as it goes up or what have you. So it'll be a good time, I think.
Yeah, that's exciting. And like I said, since I work on a couple pieces at once, you'll see me switching them.
Yeah.
And one of the things that people like to watch is that, because in my mind, I can see 13 pieces at one time and them all have their own path that is making sense to me. But for some reason, that's when other people see it, it's interesting to watch for them. So to switch gears like that and be able to, strategically, it makes it easier for paint to dry, in between.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So
I like that.
I think that format will give them a chance to have a couple different options that will hopefully be able to draw in more attention and more bids. And then, however it winds up is fine. I'm not too worried about, if it's 5 or, one piece going out. I'm just happy to be a part of something so important. Sorry, I get the hiccups.
Yeah.
Something so important.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah. No problem there. So, Mike and Sensei, do you guys, are you going to have anything, or have you found anything that you're going to put up on the auction block? What do you guys got?
Let's see. I'll show you here.
Well, Vic's getting that. I'm just curious, Jim. Are you warming up your auctioneer chops? You're like, get it. Are you pretty good at that stuff, or?
I got
I don't know about speaking that fast,
here. A recruiting banner.
Oh, nice.
This has been hanging in my garage over a lot of my motorcycle gear.
Cool.
So this is a recruiting slogan from a few years ago. So we got that, and then let's see here, and then somehow a gas mask found its way strategically in my
No. I'm surprised it's not outside the pawn shop at 29 Palm.
So I figured I'd go ahead and put that up on the auction block. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's unused.
Pretty sure.
So you're saying it doesn't have the snot with it?
It's still got like the instructions are still in plastic,
Oh,
okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah,
so there it is.
That's pretty good.
Smell like CS gas is what I want to know, because if it smells like that fucking CS, I never want to smell that shit again.
I mean, if nothing else, maybe some college kid can buy it and use it for some alternative.
Make it bomb,
yeah. Well, all those guys, they like to run with those masks and stuff on. That seems to be pretty popular nowadays.
Idiots.
Yes.
Anybody that's ever had to do Mach 4 PT, which I'm sure everybody's had a little taste of that shit. We did Mach 4 basketball at one point. It was fucking terrible.
Oh, that just summed it up.
Well, after the gas mask, Vic, I was waiting on you to pull out a freaking M16 or something. It's like somehow this found it in the trunk of my car.
Yeah.
I found this with who was it? 6 Marines that lost the M16s. I found this over at 6 Marines.
Yeah.
Oh, and the cigar shop, the cigar lounge where I go to, is going to donate some cigars.
Very nice.
I'll package those up in 5 or 10 cigar, probably 5 cigar packs, and then we'll auction off each pack.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Yeah,
all right. Cool. Man, you went all out. That's craziness. Dang.
That's how Sensei rolls.
Yeah, I know. When you have the in with all the M16s and the gas masks and all that stuff, that's how you roll.
Pawn shop over there, yeah.
He's got his own pawn shop.
Yeah.
So I was going. I have like a 7 cube. Remember the old 7 cubes? The wooden 7 cubes. I have a 7 cube full of like old camis and all that kind of shit. And so I found like instruction books on so you're in Iraq. What do you do now? Kind of thing.
Right, yeah.
basic language. I'm like, nobody's gonna want that shit, And I'm going through other things, and I'm like, gas mask. Where did gas mask come from? All right, fuck, we'll go ahead and do that. How the fuck did I get a gas mask?
Well, it's funny though because like you start to get nostalgic after a little while, right? Like we were talking about last time I was on, I will still bust out the shoe polish for my Doc Martens just to smell it, to smell it. So I know today's modern Marine has no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, but we still know what boot polish and Brasso smells like.
Hey, does anybody have that old style edge dressing? It was in the bottle. You know what I'm talking about?
The burn.
We have that, and we auction that. We get like $5,000 for that, man.
Oh yeah.
Telling you.
What do they call the Gumby sheet that tells you all the parts for your M16? Remember that thing?
Oh yeah.
I still got that.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, I still got my original cleaning kit.
Shut up!
Wow.
That's fucking respectful. I don't know where the hell my shit is, but any of my shit is.
Yeah, it's long gone, man.
I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, mine's in a box somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. So.
Yeah, I don't know which ex-wife it's at, but it's
yeah. I have stuff in boxes everywhere, and I've yet to go through all of it. I've just got junk that I've gotten, like stuff from deployment or from wherever. I've just got stuff everywhere. But where it is, I have no idea.
Yeah. The funniest thing about my shit is even my college diplomas and shit like that. They're down here catching paint all the time. Last time I went to the VFW, I had to explain why I had a slash of paint on my piss cutter, and I was like, "I'm sorry, I had it down there for a minute." And they all know I'm an artist, so it was a laugh, but I felt so disrespectful about it. I felt so bad, and nobody gave a shit. They're like, "That's for you. That's a chevron."
That's
awesome. Why I put my cover on Baby Chewy here. He's my
yeah.
Oh my God, man!
Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Talk about takes you back, right? Jesus.
Hell, Vic, I thought when you came in, they didn't have iron sights anymore. I thought you were.
Oh, God.
You got a damn ACOG and everything else. I was like, what the?
That's fucking, yeah. We're all Ironside Academy here, aren't we? I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. Iron sights all the way. Yeah. I got a cool shirt that you guys should take a look at. Hold on. I'm going to pull it up. This is one of the shirts that I have on the website. Maybe. Oh,
is it one that you offer at yours?
Yeah.
You got CLP? Are you shitting me?
Yeah, that's the actual.
Oh yeah,
CLP
that's it.
That you can't
like
get
CLP at
night.
Yeah, you can't. Mike's right. You can't find CLP anywhere anymore.
Oh man!
Now show me you got that heavy machine gun or whale sperm shit, and we'll really talk.
Oh, that's not it. I'm gonna have to find it. You guys keep talking amongst yourselves there. I'm gonna find this picture and put it up for us.
Sensei, I thought I was a gear whore, but I'm starting to see what one really looks like.
Yeah, I mean, if he's coming out with CLP, come on, man.
Oh shit! I got 2 bottles of it now.
Jesus Christ!
Oh, that's not it. Where'd the other one go?
You probably make some money on that CLP alone. Yeah.
Woo, man!
Just even the smell of that shit, honestly, I'm looking at it jealous that I can't smell it.
There we go. That's one of the shirts I sell right there. That was the back of it.
Oh, hell yeah.
It says, I'm this many years old. Spit shining, heavily ironing, stay flow spraying, overboard stiff cami wearing, horseshoe haircut sporting, 2 times a day shaving, iron sight shooting, Alice pack humping, never go to medical, old school veteran.
Oh, yeah. That's it right there. Yeah, I like that.
Man, Jim, you took off on us. Where'd you go, Jim?
I don't know what happened. I hit a button and I left it.
You missed it. Did you see the shirt?
I did see the shirt.
Oh, okay, cool.
I like that.
We know what happened, Jim. You had to make a head call. You can just say that.
All good. Yeah. Hey, we're all old men now. So
and I'm probably the oldest.
We've all got the old man head call syndrome, so yeah, you can bet on that shit.
I'll send some coffee. Oh shoot, Soldier Girl says she'll send some coffee.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, I will. We'll take pictures of it, Soldier Girl. We'll take pictures of it. You send it in. I'll put it on the website, and then you can just mail it to whoever the winner is, if that's okay with you. That makes life way easier. And love the shirt. Well, we can get you one.
She's an ace. Yeah, she's an ace. She's super cool.
Very nice. Well, we get, I'm looking at our viewers, right? And she said, yes, that works. Awesome. We have right now, we have 13 viewers that are actually watching us right now. 2 on YouTube, 2 on Facebook, and 9 on X. And then people are coming in and out on the TikTok. So when we're moving up in the world, I don't know.
I spread it around.
Yeah. I mean, we're doing pretty good. All right. What else? What else we got going on?
You want me to show you what I got?
Yeah.
I'm
like Vic. I've got more stuff, but I don't know. I've got to try to find it. I don't know what happened, but I sent these in a picture of them last night, but I found these in an antique store in Minnesota when we were up there, but they're, I don't know if you can see them.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, they're World War II collar emblems.
That's badass.
Yeah, are those the gold ones?
Yeah, they're gold.
Yeah, because those
first
are.
I'm like, well, they're not collar emblems, but I started looking at them. Like, yeah, those are the old school. Yeah, the push pin, but those are the old school.
Yeah, that is badass.
That's cool. Yep.
I think. Let me pull it up real quick.
But I found those in an antique shop in Minnesota when I was up there for repair school, and there was a Caribou coffee because they didn't have Starbucks in that area. My wife Jones she doesn't have Starbucks. And we saw the Caribou, so the first time she goes, I'm going to Caribou. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to this antique store. I walked in, I was just looking at stuff, and then I started talking to the owner and his wife. And, I'd maybe, if I had a day here every couple of weeks, got done with school early or something, I had to pass by it, and I'd go in and just look and see. And I hadn't been in like 2 or 3 months, and I walk in, and the guy's like, where you been? I was like, what do you mean, where have I been? He goes, I've been waiting on you to come in. I'm holding on to something for you. He said a guy came in and he said it was his grandfather's. He had a bunch of stuff, and he said he was a Marine in World War II, and he had these, but he said I bought a bunch of, he had the typical buttons and old ribbons and medals and stuff like that. But he said I've been holding on to these because he said somebody saw them and they wanted to buy them, and he said I was holding on to them for you. Since you said you're a Marine, I said, well, yeah. I said, he showed him. I was like, oh, those are cool. I said, what you want for those? And he goes, I don't want a damn thing. Just take them. I'd rather a Marine had them than me. So he just, gave them to me. And I was like, are you sure? And he goes, yeah, I'm positive. Just take them. And I was like, okay. But, they're neat and they mean something to me. But, they've been sitting in a drawer.
I was talking to my son. My son's in the Army, and he was telling me, just how cultish he remember. I mean, if it has Marines on it, I want to have a reason to buy it, And so, I was in an antique store a while back. When he was younger, I got him every copy of the Marine comic Semper Fi, if you remember that one, and they were fucking hard to track down. You know what I mean? But we are a cult. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, we love fucking being Marines. And so, if it's got Marine Corps on it, it gets sold. And right now, because I do artwork professionally and tattoos, but I have to have insurance and shit. And so I work at Hobby Lobby as like my insurance job. And so the front, they gave me the ability to decorate the place.
Nice.
Yeah, the foyer's all Marine shit. and nobody will say anything to me about it, right? But it looks good. It looks good, but it's a fucking devil dog works there. But
as it should be.
Yeah. What's funny is I was talking to the regional manager, and I was like, look, I know my people. I was like, fucking Marines will buy it if it's here. If we know it's here, we'll buy it. And it's like, well, I'll make sure we filter some more Marine shit over here. But my son was like, the Marines are just different. You know, he's like, I don't
Yeah.
buy every Army thing I see. He goes, but I remember if you saw a straw that had Marines on it, you'd buy the damn thing. It's true. Yeah, it's true. We
Soldier
collect.
Girl down there saying that she has to look for Marine antiques now. So
Yeah. You'll make money.
Yeah. That's no
So
joke.
Mike telling his story reminded me that I have this, and I guess I can donate this too. So I was leaving the barber shop. This is probably 6 months ago, maybe, I don't know, maybe 8 months ago. I was leaving the barber shop, and I'm backing out of my bike, and I have a vest, a leather vest on the back of it. It's got a big eagle with Marine flag and American flag on it, and then underneath it is all my patches of all my duty stations.
Oh,
On the front, I got my ribbon rack and a couple other things, a sewn version of a ribbon rack.
Yeah.
But I'm pulling out on the bike, and a guy honks at me as he's going by, and I'm like, oh shit, almost fucking got hit, kind of thing. But he pulls into the parking spot next to me, and I'm like, oh shit's about to get real. All right, motherfucker, let's go.
Here we go.
And he goes, hey, I'm sorry, I was just trying to get your attention, and I just want to. Somebody gave me this vest.
Huh.
Oh, dang.
Right, yeah.
And I saw the Marine stuff on the back of your vest, so I figured you might want it. And here, you take it and do something with it. And I'm like, it's just nothing on the front. That's all that's on the back.
Marine cut, yeah.
Yeah.
That's badass.
And it's an extra large, so
Very nice.
I guess I can donate that too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I know a lot of folks. I mean, I was telling Andrew before, I come from a biker bloodline, and so I saw that cut. I got excited myself. Let's see a bit on there for me.
Oh, I love it. Well, shoot, I'm getting excited about this thing. I want everybody out there that's watching us. I got a like, but there's 13 of you that are out there. Let me know who all you are. I know we got Soldier Girl. She was watching, but who else is out there? Just send me a quick message so we know who you are.
So has anybody been to Tun Tavern like themselves? I've never had the opportunity to go.
No, you're talking where the original Tun Tavern was?
Yeah.
No, I've never been there. Anybody else?
No. No, but I've been to the cafeteria that they have at the Marine Corps Museum.
Yeah.
They call that Tun Tavern.
Okay, rock and roll. Rock and roll.
You know what you need to do, Fantom, is you need to get some of your artwork into the Marine Corps Museum. That's what you need to do.
I need a pathway.
I got you. I know some people.
I can't tell you what that would mean to me.
Got Danica Walker. So yeah, I know a couple of people.
That would be, and what would even be more cool, brother, is what we would do beforehand is, since we all kind of met here, is before the piece goes to the Marine Corps Museum, have it get to each one of you guys, or fuck it, I'll just take a road trip or something. We'll figure it out. But then each of you guys sign it right there with me first. Yeah. So that we can all go together as friends into the Marine Corps Museum.
Okay.
I got chills, dude. I mean, like that's the point of the shared legacy idea, right?
Yeah.
Because
let me make some phone calls and talk to some people and get them in contact with you, because I think we can make that happen. At least, at a minimum, just display it, somewhere.
Well, it'll be. I mean, obviously, it's going to be a donation on behalf of all of us, right? I think that's the way you do that. And so then, for all of us to have a chance to sign it and be a part of that too. Yeah. I think that I'm sure you can kind of feel the gravity of that, right? And so I love sharing that. That's just the coolest thing to share with a brother or sister Marine,
Yeah.
So obviously that'd mean the world to me, and I'd love for that to mean the world to all of us too.
For sure.
I was in the Quantico Marine Corps band and played for the grand opening of the museum.
You did?
Yeah, I was there on opening day of the museum. My daughter was born on October 28th. And November 10th was my very first day back to work. And it also was the opening day. So I just show up to work, and the OIC is like, hey, go stand in the back and play cymbals or triangle or something, but we got to go do the gig. And I'm like, go do what gig? And he goes, just get on the bus. I was like, all right, cool. So I get on the bus, and November 10th, I thought we were going to go do a cake cutting or something.
Sure.
And we drive out to the museum, and I'm like, oh shit, just got real. Holy cow. And I mean, they gave us the docents gave everybody in the band tours before the grand opening ceremony.
Oh,
so we got to tour it before everybody else went in it, and I mean, got to see some really cool things. There was like 10 code talkers there. I mean, it was it was a really big thing. It was a really big thing. I was very, very blessed to get to play for the opening ceremonies. It was really cool.
I'll bet. Yeah, that sounds like it was rad. Did you play the triangle?
I played triangle. I played suspended cymbal. I played crash cymbals. Heck yeah.
Hell yeah. Awesome. I love it.
Those were all the things that I knew how to do. That was about it.
Oh, yeah. And cowbell. I love that.
Yeah. Cowbell. You never get enough cowbell, you know?
Ever.
Tell us about it, Andrew. Yeah, we knew what you were good at. So
there wasn't much, but there was the cowbell.
I was real good at playing the dinner bell. I can tell you that.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what I need to get. I need to get a giant dinner bell.
Yeah. Get a big ship's bell.
Oh, yeah.
Get a big ship's bell. Every time I see one of those, I want one.
Yeah. It would be awesome to have one.
Hell yeah. I'm nuts about all that shit. Every time I go to a new place, the first thing I do is look at, especially if it's on the sea line, I try to find a naval museum or something like that. I think there's something just super cool about the balance that the Marine Corps feels between air, land, and sea. You know, the other services like to talk about it, but it's ours. You know, and so I love getting on boats, and so like that's what made me fall in love with it in the first place. You know, my step grandfather on my mother's side was in the Navy, enlisted, and then he got polio and got out. And while he was recovering or whatever, he finished up his doctorate and became a flight surgeon in the Air Force. And so he flew the F-4 Phantom, but he was really attached to the Navy. So the first place I went that was a military base was Norfolk. And I got to see a keel rising up out of the sea at 9 years old of an aircraft carrier. And you can imagine the feel of a child looking at that keel. And I just knew I had to be on ships. But I knew that something about a Marine knows you're not a Navy guy, right? Like we know we're attached to it, but we know who we are. I know it sounds crazy, but I really honestly believe, especially for those of us that served the way I believe all of us did, with heart. You know, I think for us, we're born to be Marines. You know, I can't see it any other way. You know, because I told my son, I was like, you shouldn't feel regret. You weren't born to be a Marine. That's not rude, but if you were, you wouldn't be able to wear any other uniform. Yeah. You know, and there's no shame in that. But, you know, I just think that the truth of the matter is that we're born this way. This is who we are.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
You know,
we're all born a little off.
To anybody else, so. Yeah.
I love Marines because they're fucking crazy, right? And so the coolest thing would be to watch like my grandparents my grandfather on my dad's side was enlisted Marine, and so he and his Marine Corps buddies were rowdy fucking bikers, and you know they were rugged guys. And so I got to see that, and then when I would go to Air Force functions with my grandfather that was the pilot, it was all officer corps stuff. And so I got a little sampling of both of them, and I knew I wanted to wear stripes. You know, I knew I was a Chevron's Marine Corps guy. And I think you that's something you know too, right? And, you know, like I said, I was starting college courses at 13. You know, I'm autistic, so I'm bizarrely nerdy. And so at the Marine Military Academy. And so when folks, you know, would inquire, you know, do you ever think about the officer corps and stuff like that? I'm like, that's just not my path. I love those guys. And what's even more funny is now, like at the ceremony I'm going to the change of command stuff, when I go do that stuff, I'm bumping into and like hugging up and taking pictures with officer corps folks that I would have never hung out with, you know. So, there's that weird moment where you're calling a guy, you know, Jim, and he's like a colonel, you know, and he's talking to you like you're cool, and in your head you're like, you know, E5, like you got no reason to like me all that much. The art thing that you do, it puts you in a different place with people, and that's a cool thing. But at the same time, you never forget who you are. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so, like, you know, you feel a little odd and out of place, you know, all the time. And it's an interesting feeling. It's a good check for ego. I can tell you that for sure. Because you don't end up showing up to those things feeling like you belong necessarily. I mean, you know what you did to get there, but like it's never lost on you. Like when I was painting at the birthday ball, I was in a fucking full suit. I mean, it ran through my head a couple times what to do, and I already painted kind of a modified suit anyway, but it's goofy. It's got colors all over it. I just bought a brand new suit. Like I was like, I'm not going to do this thing anyway that could be construed as wrong. And then I was so fucking nervous that like the whole time I'm like, just making little marks. And luckily, when I do something that's live like that, I do something a lot of artists won't do. I let other people participate, right? And so, Marines are coming over in their dress blues, especially as they get more drunk, with their girls and stuff, and putting a couple marks on there, and it wound up being the gift for the this really awesome colonel that was there as the guest of honor. So we gave it to her as her guest of honor gift or whatever at the end of the night.
Wow.
It had everyone's had touched it and put their signatures on it. Like it was a real shared legacy thing. And I remember getting a flag, when I left, with everybody's signatures from different places and stuff like that, and just how valuable that shit was to me as a pass down. And, I talked to you last time about when I graduated Honor Man in boot camp, my drill instructor gave me his belt buckle from boot camp, for his blues. Wow. I wore that to graduate in. And, like that kind of shit, boy, that's special in the Marine Corps, right? I know every service, I hope every service has something like that, but like I know it's so sacred to us. And so, that's just such a cool thing.
I imagine that all the services have something similar. I think now we are all biased a little bit, but we think ours is 100% it. But Soldier Girl, she says she was born to be in the Army, so
I guarantee it. Yeah, I guarantee it. Yeah, she's not a slouch, man. That's a tough gal. She's a badass. You can bet on it.
I love it. Well, shoot, what do we want to talk about? We want to talk about anything else, or what do you guys got? Jim, you got anything you want to talk about?
Shut down. I'm about to have to go to bed because I got to get up at 01. But
shoot,
man.
A
couple more minutes.
Well, that's cool. We can go ahead and start wrapping it up real quick. We'll do a round robin. We'll do some words of wisdom. Have everybody say something, and then just a reminder for everybody. Next week, July 3rd, was when we're going to start the auction. It'll be online auction. You can bid online. We're going to be live when it goes live, and then you can bid while we're live. You can talk to us. Of course, Fantom's going to be in the background. He's going to be painting. He's going to come up and talk to us about it while he's doing it as well. So it should be pretty cool. You've seen some of the items that'll be up for on the auction block. And Jim will be doing his best auction voice for us. It'll be a good time. So that'll be next week. So please don't miss it. And go out there and bid and help us raise some money for the ton. All right, we'll go ahead. We'll go around and we'll get some words of wisdom real quick. Who wants to go first this time? Anybody? Volunteer?
Hold on a second.
Volunteer.
If it's okay to just drop a little plug,
do it.
Yeah, we've teamed up with a group called War Dog Wares, right? And so they're another Marine couple that is doing clothing that's going to feature some Valkyrie artwork. And the first one is going to be the Valkyrie saying, which is always outnumbered, never outgunned.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
You'd like this. That my ex on her Forerunner has Valkyrie written right across the front of her car.
I love it.
Very cool. Now, real quick, Fantom, if people want to go check you out, man, where can they do that?
The easiest way is just to go to our Facebook page at ValkyrieRecoveryArtworks.com. You can find us pretty easy on AJ's page too.
Yeah.
Or if you look up me, it's Fantom with an F, Fantom Squirrel, Howell. So just Fantom Squirrel is one word, and then Howell is my last name.
Hey, he's on my friends list too now.
Perfect.
And yeah, very soon you'll be able to see it at War Dog Wares as well. And you can see all of our sponsors, and Andrew is one of our sponsors. So yeah, we're very honored by that too.
Well, you're the man. I thank you for being here and just being my friend. So, hey,
a pleasure, brother.
It's always a good day,
The only problem I have with Fantom when I go and I see his stuff posted online and I'm looking at it, he's painting, he's outside doing this and that. And I'm like, damn, dude, if I didn't have a shirt on, I wouldn't look anything like that. You know, he's looking good. I was like, man, people were like, what the hell's that freaking bald fat dude painting out front? I'd be like, what the hell?
You know what's funny, Mike, is part of what drives it is that true insecurity of knowing you're going to be in front of people being judged for being a Marine. Yeah. Right. Yeah, like you like when I do gallery shows and shit like that, all the other artists are already like, what's this fucking, conservative looking Marine motherfucker doing here? Yeah. And so on top of that, like, I'm going to bring my fucking game to it. I'm going to bring my A game to it. So there's a lot of insecurity driving that. It's funny that you mentioned that.
But it is interesting because I think I would assume at least maybe it took us time to get there. Maybe it's just an age thing. I don't know. But all of a sudden, one day you're like, I don't give a damn what you think.
Yeah.
It's like I think we all kind of got to that point. It's like, okay, you can think whatever you want to think, but this is who I am. And if you don't like it, I couldn't care less. And you can go suck a, I'm not here to please you, Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
You can sit and spin.
I like it. Yeah.
All right. Well, Jim, you got some words of wisdom or something you want to say?
Well, let's remember to give Chesty a happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
That's right. Happy birthday, Chesty Pool, wherever you are.
My only other thing I'm going to say, camaraderie. If you've not joined the league, join the league. You'll get back camaraderie more than you realize. Find a local detachment and join it. If you're in Knoxville, Junior Vice at Marine Corps League, Knoxville.org.
Hell yeah.
Love it. Awesome. Thanks, Jim. Mike, Sensei, you guys want to grace us with something?
I'll go ahead. Based on our theme tonight, to live a life most people don't live, you have to be willing to do what most people won't do.
Simplify. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like it. All right, Mike, are you you're last, usually, Mark is here and you griped at me last time because you said Mark has to go last all the time. But here you are.
Yeah, because he's always got the humdinger that's like, all right, I'll just shut up here. It's like, whatever. Nah.
Bring that humdinger, Mike.
Yeah, I'll try. Yeah, this is to go along with what Sensei was saying and what you've been talking about, Fantom, and what we've all been talking about. But this is from Mark Twain. The two most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you finally found out why.
Yeah, badass. I've never heard that one. I like it.
That's good. That's good. Man, we're moving up in the world, That's a good deal. To our listeners that have been out there actually watching us live, thank you for doing that. That's pretty awesome. Share with your friends. Let everybody know we're doing live at least one time a week, sometimes 2 times a week. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for doing all that stuff. Guys, thanks for coming on and doing this. Fantom, Jim, Mike, Sensei, thank you guys. Much appreciated. To all the listeners out there, if you're struggling, need help, anything like that, don't forget the VA has some great resources. You can always dial 988, press option 1. You can always text 838-255, or you can go to veteranscrisisline.net and click on that chat icon. Any of those options will put you in contact with somebody that can help you out. But remember, one veteran life lost is one too many. I care about you. These guys here care about you. The whole veteran community cares, so please reach out for help. And if you're out there, you're not struggling, reach out to the buddies you serve with, ask them how they're doing. And if they need that helping hand, please give it to them. All right, guys, one last time. Thank you very much. You guys rock. I don't care what anybody says about you. To all the listeners out there, stay motivated. Change your socks.